Is Pennywise coming to Multiverses as a playable character? And could he possibly even be coming during Season 2? Let's discuss. Firstly, and most notably, Pennywise had a figure that was seen over the shoulder of Ajax during their first episode of Into the Verse. Now, many eagle-eyed viewers spotted this and took notice of it right away. Now, the interesting thing about this was, shortly after the figure was spotted, it was then removed from the background, meaning, okay, something is up here. Was the figure placed there intentionally and then removed just to see if people would catch on, or was it a mistake? Well, for the sake of this video, we're gonna say that it was placed there intentionally. Now, another interesting point to make about every other character that's in the background during this stream. Every character that we see, you see, I think Batman, we see a Bugs Bunny, there's Gizmo on the couch, I think Taz is in there, we see the Superman over on the right, but every character is currently playable in Multiverses. So was this Pennywise figure that was seen briefly, was that a tease for Pennywise coming to the game at some point? Don't worry, it gets a little bit better as we continue on in this video. So before anybody does ask, who even owns Pennywise? Who owns it? Like, what are the rights for that? Is this even possible? Well, to put that to rest, we went over to the old Google machine and asked it a question, and, well, WB does in fact own Pennywise. So pretty much that creates a straightforward path for Pennywise to come into the game. If Warner Brothers or Player First Games wants to approach that, and if they want to make that a reality, it's pretty, the path is laid out for them. They don't really have to jump through many hoops, so that's kind of cool. I guess he's considered a first-party character. Who would have thought? Now, following all of that stuff, we do have another possible tease for Pennywise here. So, the second Into the Verse episode, Ajax references the fans noticing something over his shoulder. While pausing momentarily, he then will grab the regeneration suit Superman, all while having this little, dare we say, smirk on his face. And I'll go ahead and play that clip for you guys here real quick.
Our chat, our viewers, they're very observative, right? They pay close attention. They tend to see a lot of things going on throughout the stream, including...
What? Our viewers? Never.
Yeah, no, they're never dissecting everything going on in the stream. And sometimes they notice some things, including something that was sitting right over my shoulder last night.
In episode 1?
Yeah.
What was that?
It was Superman. He's actually right here.
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah, you got Regeneration Suit Superman, which will be also joining on tier number 64.
Now, keeping in mind the second Into the Verse stream that happened, it happened on July 22nd. Okay, keep that date in mind. Because 2 days later, Ajax then kind of tweeted out this somewhat cryptic sort of tweet, right? And the tweet read something along the lines of, was what I said a planned tease all along, or was it a happy coincidence? So many people, many fans, we started looking at this tweet. We believe this tweet to be referencing what Ajax had mentioned a couple days prior from the second Into the Verse stream. And he was referencing the people noticing something over his shoulder. So was that a planned tease the whole time? Or was the Superman over his shoulder, was that a happy coincidence the entire time? Well, back in the first Into the Verse episode, that Superman was in the same spot over his left shoulder, so maybe it was a happy coincidence. But again, for the sake of this video, it might have been a planned tease all along, because he did have the comedic timing a little bit, shall we say, with the pause after he gets asked the question, and then reaches around and goes, of course I was talking about the regeneration suit Superman. What else would I have been referring to? So just a little bit more food for thought here. And maybe this one is on me a little bit. Maybe I'm trying to connect some imaginary dots that don't actually exist. Maybe I'm trying to paint my own picture to make my own ideas, seem like they are legit. And maybe they're not, but maybe they are. So I'm just going to throw this idea out there and I'll see what y'all think. So remember this image early on from season 1? Yeah, I think we got this after the Joker trailer or whatever that was. Yeah, but we see Joker and, it's got the season 1 splash. It's just Joker on there. But the interesting thing was this image ended up evolving, if we will, or more just got added to it over the course of the entire season 1, right? So we ended up getting Joker to start things off. Jason got added eventually, and then they also added Agent Smith. And again, those 3 characters all released during season 1. So where am I going with this? Well, season 2 had their own little artwork, if you will. I don't even know what to call it. It's not really splash art, is it? But their own artwork for season 2. And of course, we know that it has Samurai Jack and Beetlejuice on there. Those are the only 2 characters, playable characters, that we see. But here's where my little theory gets a little, maybe it makes sense. But we're going to be using that same logic from the season 1 pick evolving over time for the season 2 image. So what if we took a look at the Animaniac balloon that happened to be pretty much above a Samurai Jack's head? Now keep in mind, it is a balloon. Now was that balloon possibly a tease or a hint for a future character? Not being the Animaniacs, I would love the Animaniacs, but it's not a tease for them. But what if it was a tease for Pennywise the entire time? You remember the classic scene, Pennywise comes floating in while holding a string of balloons? What if that was the tease? The Animaniac balloon was purposely placed there above Jack's head. Pennywise could be added to this image over the course of the season whenever he's revealed, because that has been another big talking point in the Multiversus community. Only 2 characters for season 2, only Samurai Jack and only Beetlejuice. There was the tweet from Evo, but does Evo really know all the plans for Multiverses? Do they know for a fact that more characters besides Jack and Beetlejuice are going to be playable? I don't know, you can debate about that if you want, but the fact is, only 2 confirmed characters for season 2. Could Multiverses be saving a pretty big surprise in the form of Pennywise? And dare we say, it might be staring at us in the face this entire time? I don't know. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's not. But, it's just a little theory. A Multiverses theory, if you will. But I thought this was interesting. So, is Pennywise coming to the game? Maybe even during season 2? Possibly. I mean, I guess season 3 could make a little bit of sense, but if we stick with the same line of thinking of, all right, we have to have more than 2 characters for season 2, right? And if we do, maybe it is Pennywise. But if they have been teasing Pennywise and say he comes during season 3, well, that's going to be during Halloween, so spooky season. Once you want to get a horror type character, a spooky type of character, Pennywise would fit very well. So I guess my last question here is, am I onto something with this little theory, or am I just on something?
It's